Hi everyone, welcome to my art class. Today I'm going to teach you how to do watercolor, pencil and eraser. Today is the first day for the school and I think this project will be nice for you to working on. Okay? Alright, let me switch camera. Okay, you can see we need the pencil, eraser, watercolor set, and brush. And of course we need water. Alright, I'm going to put water right here. Okay, so first one, let's do a pencil. Okay, you can see a pencil is a long stick. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do two lines. Okay, here, let's start to do two lines. Draw it really light. You don't want it too dark, especially when you do watercolor. Okay, let's do it a little bit longer. Okay, another one, another line, go along with it. Okay, probably we will need it a little bit longer later on, okay? So we want to make it pointy on the tip, so let's make a dot right in the front and then connect dots. Connect dots. Okay, so here what we need, I'm going to show you this is the pencil right here. So here have a little bit light brown, here have a little bit light yellow, and I'm going to working on this area. Okay, so this area I'm going to go up down, okay? So go up, down, up, down, up, down. Okay, and then next one, you see the pencil right here. Let's try to make it a little bit longer. I want it a little bit longer. Okay, and then you see the up down right here. When you see the down part, you know, I like you to draw one more line. Go along with it. Very light. I do it very light because I don't want the, you know, after I do the watercolor, you will be able to see the pencil line. I don't want the pencil line to be showing, so that's why I do it super light. Okay, I think this is good. Okay, next one, you see the metallic part, right? Okay, so but what are we going to do a little bit longer? So we can add on the metallic part and the eraser part. Okay, and then what I'm going to do, I'm going to make a least slightly curved right here and slightly curved right here. Okay, and then this area will be my metallic part, and then I make it a little bit longer, so this area can be my eraser part. Okay, you can see that, right? Okay, and for the metallic part, I will do a little bit detail later, okay? But I'm going to use watercolor. But you know what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you what I'm going to do, okay? I think this area might be a little bit longer, so I have more space to working on. A little bit bigger. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do lines in between and then, you know, dots in between too, okay, like that. So it looks like the metallic part can hold the eraser well. That's why the metallic part for, okay. And then next one, I like to do the eraser. Okay, this is the eraser. I'm going to show it to you. You see the top part, the side part, right here, and the bottom part. Okay, let's make it into a 3D look, okay? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do two lines. I'm going to do a little bit slightly slanted and parallel. So you see here, let me show it to you. Like that, parallel. Okay, and then this one, this area, a little bit comes out a little bit more. Same thing, parallel. Right there. Okay, all right, and same thing, parallel. Right here together, and then this one, parallel. Like that. So this will be our pencil and eraser. Okay, I think this is good. And then next one we can working on watercolor. All right, ready? So let's take a brush. Okay, and first what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to do the yellow part, because yellow part I need it clean. I don't want to mix with lots of different color to make it dirty. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start with the yellow part first. Okay, so for the yellow part, I'm going to use my, you can see the pigment right here, yellow. Let's get some yellow, water, pigment. Okay, mix well right here. I need more pigment. And we are going to talk about the shading a little bit, okay? So for the first one on the top, because the light is come from the top, so the top part will be lighter. And then we are going to do a little bit reflection too on the pencil. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use this light yellow, but a little bit more water. You can see a little bit more water, right? Okay, and then let's do the first one. The first one on the top. You can see it's very light. Very light. Okay. Very light. Go a little bit over, it's fine. Okay. You see it's very light. Can you see it? All right. Good. All right. Next one, what I'm going to do, because the light turn, up to the art is going to turn, the reflection part will be right here, will be lighter, and then the top over there a little bit slightly darker. So what I'm going to do, I will use same color pigment right here. You can see same color pigment right here. But a little bit less water. Okay, let's see. Let's put it on the top more pigment. You see the difference? All right, only the top part a little bit. Top part a little bit. You can see if you look carefully, look at this area, lighter and slightly darker, right? Okay. So if you didn't see it well, you can just add a little bit, really tiny, very tiny orange to try to darken your yellow just a little bit, okay? And then you can do it over there on the top. So you can see a little bit slightly darker yellow, a slightly darker yellow over there, okay? All right, we are going to move on to the second one. The second one, what I want you to do is you using the concentrate yellow and a little bit light orange right here. Okay, that's a little bit light orange. Okay, you can see this yellow become a little bit orange-ish yellow. All right, and in the beginning, same thing. We want to do a little bit more water, create some reflection from the light. Okay, a little bit water. Okay, let's paint it on. Oh, you can see the color a little bit different, just a teeny bit. It looks a little bit more orange-ish yellow, right? Orangey-ish yellow. All right, but here the reflection, I will stay on the line and then make the top part a little bit darker. Okay, so same thing. Yellow pigment, this time a little bit concentrate, not too much water. Okay, you can see yellowish orange. Okay, let's do it on the between right here on the top, this area. Mix, goes in like that. Okay, just a little bit light reflection. Okay, you can see a light reflection right here, a little bit light, right? Okay, next one, I'm going to even use more orange, and this time the orange I will use the darkest orange to mix with yellow. Okay, so darker orange right here, mix with yellow. All right, you can see a little bit darker. Okay, let's paint it over. You can see much darker. Much darker. Keep it straight. Keep it straight, okay? Because you don't want the pencil look like a, you know, it's going to wiggle. Keep it straight, more pigment. Finish the rest of the pencil area. Okay, so let's talk about the shading part. The shading part, this one, you got the reflection, right? But you want it to look rounded. So this side a little bit, because the light on the top, this side a little bit darker, but not as dark on the bottom. So the bottom needs to darken a little bit more, and the top just a little bit. So I'm going to just use the same color, darken the top a little bit, just a little bit on the line. Just a little bit on the line. Okay, so I can sort of create the illusion, look like it's turning to the other side to make it a little bit rounded. Just a little bit on the line. Here we can do it a little bit darker, it's fine. Because you know this is where the metallic holds the pencil. If you make it darker, it makes sense. The light won't go in there, so you can do it a little bit darker, that's fine. Okay, all right, and then that's working on the bottom part. The bottom part, we want it a little bit even darker. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add a little bit brown right here. And then darken this orange and yellow mixture. Okay, you see yellow, orange, and a little bit brown. Let's try see if it's darker enough, okay? So I'm going to do it on the bottom part right here. Okay, a little bit, but not too much. Okay, a little bit. I think I'm going to add a little bit more brown. Ooh, too brown. Don't make it. You see, this one is way too brown. No good. Add a little bit orange back in. A little bit orange back in, and a little bit more yellow back in. Not too brown, okay? And if you have too much water, take it off. Okay, a little bit dry will be nice. Okay, easy to control. Okay, I think this color is good. I'm just darken it. Darken a little bit on the bottom. A little bit more pigment. Put it on the bottom. Look at that. Is that nice? And then you can do a little bit here on the bottom side too. Okay. All right. Wash your brush. Wash. Take off the extra water. Okay, that's working on the, right now here still wet, so I don't want to working on this area. I'm going to working on the eraser part. You see this one, it's an eraser pink, and eraser pink, we can working on these two first, okay? So for the pink, of course, red and white mixed together, so you can get a really nice pink, right? Okay, let's take some red. Some red, and then that's mixed with white. Mix well. You see, this is really nice pink, right? Okay, and I want it a little bit lighter, so that's add more white. Okay, create in the other area right here. Right, you see this one is a little bit lighter red. Okay, let's put it on. Okay, let's put it on our eraser. I think this color is nice. I like to do it a little bit dry because the eraser make from the, you know, it looks dry. The eraser looks dry, the texture. So I don't want to do it to look like a too color too watery. So I want to create a texture, make it looks dry. Okay, so this one is our first coating. Okay, and then next one we add a little bit more darker red. What I'm going to do, I'm going to, because we want it rounded, right? So on the top, this side will be a little bit darker, and then on the bottom too. Okay, slightly. Okay, slightly. So I'm adding on more pink on the top a little bit. You see, right? And I'm adding a pink on the bottom a little bit. So it looks like there's a reflection as well. Okay, here a little bit darker because the metallic part is over the eraser. So of course you can make it a little bit darker. That's fine. Okay, wash your brush, wash, and take out some water. And I like to use tissue paper to dry my brush a little bit, not too dry. And then goes in between, blend in a little bit so you don't see a light right there. Blend in. You see, it look natural, right? It won't look too odd. Okay, and on the bottom I need an even darker red. But this red, you know, not dark enough. Okay, this red is too red. Okay, not dark enough. So what I need to do, I need to add a little bit brown. make it the red a little bit slightly darker. Let's try if this red look darker. Okay, so right now on the bottom I really need it to turn, so we need to shading about like, you know, this area, half of this area, halfway of this area over there, like that. Just a little bit. I think this is good. Okay, the shading part is good. Okay, wash your brush, wash. Same thing, take out the extra water, use tissue paper, dry it a little bit, and then go in between, blend out. So you don't see a harsh line in between when you blend it in, right? Right here, blend a little bit. Looking good. So you see, this one is the shading we are talking about, right? It looks rounded, okay? All right, next one, let's do the brown color right here. The brown right here is really light brown. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a light brown. The light brown, I'm going to add a little bit yellow, a little bit brown, mix together, and then mix with white. So I can get a really light creamy brown. Okay, but the first tone I really like it lighter, so I add more white pigment. So I put it in on the top, this area. You can see, right? Very nice. Okay, so this color will be my lighter tone. Okay, so let's put it on. Oh, a little bit too dark, I think. A little bit too dark when I paint it on. So when I feel too dark, I add more water to make it lighter. Okay, and then take out the extra water. Okay, and then we can paint it now. Okay, this one looks nice. Not too dark. Paint it on. This will be your base tone. Okay, we have a nice base tone. Okay, same thing, we want it look rounded, right? It needs to turn, so it gets darker on the bottom because the light won't go in, but a little bit shading on the other side because it's turned to that way. The light will focus in the middle part, right? Okay, so what I'm going to do, right now I can add the previous one, this color. Remember, I make it too dark and I add more white. So you can go back to this color, put the second layer on the top. So I'm going to do it on the top a little bit. On the top a little bit. Okay, and then I'm going to do it half of this pencil. Okay, like here, half. Maybe more than half, a little bit more than half. Yeah, a little bit more than half. You see, a little bit more than half. Okay, and then wash your brush, wash. Take out extra water. Dry your brush, dry. And then go in between. Blend it out, blend out. Okay, if you can repeat the process, okay, to get a really nice blending. Looks a little bit more better nature, right? Okay, and then we need to darken a little bit more. So I'm planning to add more brown, but you can see here I have a little nice brown. We can use that, you know. Okay, so this one, remember what color we use? We use brown mixed with white, right? Okay, let's do some more brown. And then mix with white. this brown look a little bit too brown, right? So that's add a little bit more white. A little bit more white. Okay, it look creamy a little bit. But you know, when I add white, it looks lighter. But the thing is, I want it a little bit darker. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just teeny bit, a little bit, teeny bit blue. Okay, to make this one a little bit darker. You can see the difference, right? Right now, a little bit darker. All right, take out the extra water. Okay, focus on the bottom part. See the bottom part right here? Okay, you remember we did the shading about, you know, half, a little bit more than half, and then right now we can do 1/3. Okay, so let's focus on 1/3 area. A little bit more. A little bit more, like that. Can you see the difference? A little bit darker, right? A little bit darker. Okay, and then same thing, wash your brush, wash, take out the extra water, clean, dry, and then blend in between, okay? Blend. We don't want to see line. We want it look nature, blend it out, but no lines in between. That's how I take care of it. You see, it looks nature now. All right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to add the pointy black on the tip, okay? So you can see black right here, and very tiny. And painting your graphite. But you know, if you can, make sure it's dry, okay? Make sure it's dry, and then you can paint the black on the tip. Okay, go ahead and do it. So let's paint the graphite. See, like that. Looking good, right? Okay, so next one, wash your brush, wash. We are going to take care of the metallic part, okay? All right, the metallic part, we need to use black. I want to create this metallic part become a light gray. So I'm going to add a lot of water. So I can do it right here, make it look like light gray, okay? So a lot of water, and take out the extra water, that's paint it over. Okay, paint the whole thing. So I get a light gray tone, you can see. Light gray right here. Light gray area right here. Okay, and then next one, I'm going to wash my brush, wash, and then take out the extra water, and then I want to create reflection. So I just going back and forth to make the middle part a little bit lighter, okay? So going back and forth, dry your brush, clean your brush, dry. Go a little bit back and forth, dry your brush, clean. Repeat the process, okay? Until you get the best result. You see, I make here a little bit lighter. That's how I wash off to make it look like, oh, there's a white reflection in the middle part. You can see it, right? Okay, like that. All right, and then same thing, we are going to repeat the process. Here, turn it to the back a little bit light shade, and the bottom will be the darker shading. So here you can see the black right here. Right now we can have a little bit more pigment, but not too watery, okay? So add a little bit darker area on the top. I always try little, okay? Because you don't know if you make it too dark. Light gray, not too dark. I think a little bit too dark. I'm going to add a little bit water. Okay, and then do it a little bit over the top right here. Oh, this one looks good. This color looks good, and then also let's do on the bottom a little bit. You can see it, right? A little bit on the side, Okay, and clean. Okay, take a little bit extra water off. Okay, if you don't want to see line in between, you go back and forth. But you know what? The metallic part, it's okay to have a line in between because it looks harder. You don't need to try to soften it. You don't have to, okay? It looks harder. It's supposed to be like that. And there's a line and then make it looks harder. Okay, let's take a little bit more black pigment. And I need this the bottom area a little bit darker, okay? So take a little bit. I hope it's not too dark. We can always add more later, but you know, don't try to do it too dark in once. And then I think on my brush I have a little bit, I like the black, but still have too much water. You can just take a tissue paper, take out a little bit black, and then working on the bottom. You can see this area darker. Right? Okay, this one looks good now. Alright, wash your brush, wash. Clean. If you like, you can blend in between a little bit. Blend in between a little bit. Okay, so this one looks good, huh? Alright, and then I need to wait it dry, then I can working on the lines, okay? Alright, let's move on to the eraser. Okay, for the eraser, I would like to put the base tone first, okay? So the base tone, remember red color mixed with white. So you create a lighter red, pink. You create a pink tone for your eraser. Okay, so let's do color on the eraser. So this one will be your lighter tone. Okay, light tone for the eraser. Paint it on. Okay, that's my eraser right here. Okay, so you have the first tone, right? Very light. Okay, and then the light come from the top. Top will be lighter, bottom will be a little bit darker. And then 1, 2, 3 side, it's going to all be different shade of the pink, okay? So I have a first layer right here. Okay, and I'm going to shading a little bit. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make this side a little bit darker. So I use this pink look a little bit darker, right? Okay, so I'm going to just go ahead and put a little bit darker pink right here. All right, and remember, when you do light, you know, you want to turn slightly, turn into the other side, right? So that's why I'm going to just add a little bit darker pink over there. Okay, let's come along with it. And turn. Okay. And then again, we don't want a line over there, right? We don't want a line over there. So what I'm going to do, okay, you can see here, a little bit. Enhance on the line a little bit. Okay. All right, we don't want to see line in on the eraser. So wash your brush, wash. Take out extra water, and I want to clean a little bit, and then blend. Again, I want it to look dry. So this time when I do watercolor, I don't want to put too much water. I want it sort of get a feeling it's dry rubber eraser, that kind of texture. Okay, all right. And next one, we are going to do the darkest part, okay? The darker part. So we use the darker ray we just created. Before we add a little bit brown, remember? The red add a little bit brown. Okay, so right now we can paint the darker part. So the darker part, let's start to paint it over. Oh, a little bit too harsh red, right? You can see the red a little bit harsh. So we need to add a little bit white in there. A little bit white. Slightly, little by little, okay? Okay, let's paint it over. Makes this area slightly darker. Slightly darker. Slightly darker. Okay, looks good, but you know, on the bottom even darker. Okay, really even darker. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add more red, a little bit more brown. You can see brown right here. Make, ooh, this one is too dark. Okay, and then let's mix with a little bit white. Let's see, okay? Let's see if it's doing okay. All right, the bottom part, make it much darker. Yep, I like it. All right, the bottom part, much darker. Much darker. A little bit here, a little bit there. Slightly darker. Okay, a little bit here, a little bit there. Okay, wash your brush, wash. Dry your brush. You don't want the line in between. Let's blend it out. Blend. So fun, right? Blend. Take off the line in between, and looks really soft to blend it in. Okay. All right. I think a little bit more right here. Looking good. Okay. Looking good. Just add a little bit touch. Fix the outline. Fix the outline a little bit. The bottom, no light goes in. You can darken a little bit on the bottom here. That looks okay. Yep. All right. Wash your brush. Wash. Okay. And next one, let's do the metallic part. Okay. right now we are ready to do it. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the black right here. All right, but brush a little bit dry. Okay, I'm going to do the line, 2 lines. Okay, so 1, 2, and make it curve so you kind of have an illusion this pencil is rounded. Okay, and same thing here, 1 and 2, 2 line. Did you see it? Okay, all right, and then let's do a dots on the end right here, the dots right here. Okay, on the bottom part I'm going to do the dots as well, dots as well right here. And then actually on the bottom, if you see it, the black can be a little bit darker. Just a little bit, not too dark, okay? Just a little bit. And then also the bottom line, if you like, you can make it a little bit darker. So it creates the illusion this is more rounded. And the light goes on the bottom, that's why. You see the difference now? Like that. Okay, so the pencil part is good. Okay, any else? I think this pencil a little bit not too straight, huh? Let's go back a little bit. Okay, I'm going to go back to this color a little bit. I try to make it a little bit straight, so the pencil won't look like, you know, wiggle a little bit. Okay, so let me see here. Need to be a little bit straight. Always check, check, check. Okay, not too dry. From the beginning, little by little. This is the difficult part. Try to make it straight. Okay, you know what? Some of the students say, "Oh, can we use a ruler?" Probably, probably not, because you know the painting. I don't need, unless it's architecture or something. You don't have to make it so precisely. Sometimes when the painting you make it too precisely, it doesn't look better. Okay, I think hand will looks more nature. Okay, this is how I double check. I think here I too little. Okay, I'm going to turn the other way around. Okay, I'm going to turn the other way around. This is how I check the line, if the line is straight enough. I turn the other way around. You see, pretty straight now. So I'm okay now. Here, just add a little bit more. And then let's see on the bottom part. That's fine. Right here looks good. Okay, looks okay. Looks okay. All right, so let me turn it over. Okay, I think we are almost done. All right. Okay, shall we add something more? I think we can. I think we can add here a little bit more darker. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add a little bit more brown, and then add a little bit blue, just a little bit. Make it a little bit darker. And I'm going to try to do it right here a little bit more, because I want it really turn. It's a little bit darker. Look at that. It make a big difference, right? Look at that. Just add a little bit darker. Wow. Look better. Look at this, really turning to the other side. I like that. Okay. All right, the last one we are going to do shading. Okay, the shading part is so fun. Okay, don't just use black. I know shading it's gray and a lot of people use black. It's not gonna be pretty. I want you to add a little bit green and a little bit red and a little bit orange, and try to get a nice gray color and a little bit blue as well. You know, if you use those many colors to make the gray, and the gray looks really nice, then just you use black. Okay, and you can always try, oh, a little bit too bluish, too reddish, and then you add a little bit more orange or a little bit more red, right? You can play, have fun. Right now you can see a little bit too red, and then all you need to do is a little bit more green, and then too green. Okay, I think this is nice gray, and then if it's too green, a little bit blue. I think this one is really nice already. Okay, I'm going to use this one, but of course please don't use this much black. Get a lot of water, very light, and then find a bigger brush for the shading part. Water, lots of water. Okay, just goes out. Oh, yeah, I make it dirty. Okay, just goes on the bottom, and that's shade a little bit, very light. You can see I did it really light. Okay, shade a little bit on the bottom. Goes on the bottom. And then here, be careful. The pencil, you need the space in between. Okay, like that. Okay, and then same thing on the bottom, a lot of water. Okay, and then let's do it on the bottom of your eraser. A little bit darker on your eraser. Not too thick, okay? Alright, wash your brush, wash, and take out extra water. Okay, let's blend out on the bottom. Blend. You want it slowly disappeared, right? You want the shading slowly disappeared. You don't want the line in between, right? Okay, slowly disappear. Same thing to your eraser on the bottom, slowly disappeared. Okay, slowly disappeared. Don't make it bigger than the shading. Don't make it bigger than your eraser. Okay, make sure not bigger than your eraser. Slightly off. Okay, and then once you're done, we make it a little bit dramatic, a little bit more black, but still not too much. Take out the extra water, and then just focus on the really bottom. Really bottom. Like that. You can see much darker, right? Okay, focus on just really bottom area, okay? So what I'm going to do right here. Really bottom part. A little little bit more. A little bit more on the bottom. Like that. Wash your brush, wash. Take off the extra water and soft a little bit. Soft a little bit. Okay? Okay, I think a little bit more black. Just a little bit more. A little bit more. How do you think? Do you like it? I think this is good, right? It looks real, huh? Alright, I think I'm going to fix the shading a little bit toward to that way. Oh, too much. To a little bit angle. A little bit angle, that's all. A little bit angled. Here we go. Okay, I think I'm done. Okay. Yeah, let me show you in a different view, okay? Alright, this is the pencil. Let me show you in a different view. Switch camera. Okay, take a look. This is the pencil we did today. I hope you like the pencil and eraser. Okay, enjoy. Alright, see you next time. Bye bye. Okay, bye bye everyone. See you next time.